Directive Log 240.2. The German Dragon units have proven devastating to the Russian ground forces. The enemy have nonetheless found a weakness to exploit. A prototype weapon known as the Assalon Lance uses 115 charged rounds to weaken and penetrate their hide. The Russians have been quick to retrofit this new weapon onto their surviving mech units. Directive Log 223.1. Though it appears to be a slightly inferior copy of the German Riese model, the Russian Gigant robot has proven to be a formidable unit. Unlike the Riese, the Gigant is armed with a high-energy beam weapon fired from the cranial dome. Like the Riese, its highly durable construction means it can withstand most conventional attacks. However, the robot was never designed to withstand dragon attacks, leaving it extremely vulnerable to their fire. Directive Log 203.1. Now that the 115 contamination of the Red Army is complete, the Valkyrie drones have been programmed to probe the ruins of the city. They will find any resistance trains and attempt capture. As directed by Dr. Groff, I have updated Valkyrie 7 and 8 to penetrate enemy lines in an effort to secure any survivors for study. Regrettably, however, contact with Valkyrie 8 was lost after it engaged one of the targets. Directive Log 203.2. Specimen 33 is no longer responding to recall frequencies with 100% consistency. It is essential that this behavior is corrected before Dr. Groff's inspection of our forward hatchery next week. I have made several frequency adjustments that I believe may correct the undesired behaviors. Commencing test. Imprinting frequency modifications.
Hey, we're coming to Rouse Toys. I'm back here, and welcome to my breakdown of these radios that we have on Gorod Krovi. So I'm going to go one by one here in order in which these logs appeared. So let's go chronologically because it seems like they're going to be consistent in this universe. So the very first radio is log 203.1 in the Operation Bunker, and it's actually spoken in German to start, and that's probably why they did that, to throw us off, so we didn't have a complete order here. But my good old bunny Johnny J25 speaks a little bit German, and he was able to translate it for me. So a big thank you and shout out to Johnny. Check out his channel. He's my Zombros co-host, and he's an absolute pleasure to work with. Now, it talks about so much of the background of this map, and I love this. This is something we have not had in so long. So many people love the story stuff, and those are what the Monty Wisps are for. 100% what the Monty Wisps are for. But these radios blow me away with just what an awesome atmosphere it is setting in Gorod Krovi. This is Doris World at War type stuff, where it's talking about how the 115 contamination of the Red Army is now complete. The Valkyrie drones have been programmed to probe the wounds of the city. It's giving the whole setting, how it's happening, what's working on, and then the very next one, we see a failed test in Directive Log 203.2, and it's talking about Sophia trying to get a dragon frequency correct, and she does it, and the dragon goes crazy. They evacuate the facility. You see the troubles they're having controlling these dragons, which you later see them wreak havoc on in the city of Stalingrad. Then we get to our very next one, 223.1, and it seems like they start to get deeper into this war, and the Russians have actually copied the Origins model. Now, again, forgive me for my translation. It's reason. I couldn't quite get the German name that they were calling the old Origins robots. We never had a name for them, but now we do. So I apologize for not knowing the exact translation. That's why I put a question mark next to it. But that is the same thing, that they have actually stolen those robot designs. And that's how you can make the connection, like, oh, that's how the Soviets got giant robots. And they now call it Gigant robots, which is Russian, from what I'm told, for giant. And that makes sense. Now, it's really cool that they actually did more stuff with it. They actually have something special that you see those lasers inside the map that you can use for traps. That actually plays a bigger role inside the map, especially in the Easter egg. But it's cool how they flesh that out again. Instead of you sitting there like, why do they have those? They didn't have those in Origins. Well, the Soviets re-engineered it differently, and it just flushes out the map so much better. And then they even point out, but they didn't know about dragons when they reverse engineered our robots, and they are absolutely wreaking havoc on the robots. And then our final radio here, we have in 240.2, we actually get the conclusion of where we end up in the entire map, where the German dragon units have devastated Russian ground forces, but in their mech suits, the Russians were actually able to develop a 115 lance that would weaken and penetrate their hide. Then you could bring them down. And that's what we see in the boss fight when we're murdering the dragon away, and Nikolai's shooting those lances into the dragon, getting its weak spots, and we bring it right down. Really, really cool how you see the whole evolution of this war, and one of the most interesting conflicts of all time, one of the bloodiest conflicts of all time, Stalingrad. To be put in a zombie map is absolutely awesome for atmospheric tone, and you actually have the background of everything leading up to the fight. If there's more radios, I'll make sure to update this as we go. These are the first 4 radios I found, and all radios anybody else could find so far, but I'm sure we'll uncover some later on. I will have the Dr. Amani Wisp for you a little later today, so thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe for all your Gorod Krovi information and all your Black Ops 3 Zombies news and the whole storyline in general. There's so much. Share it with your fellow zombie enthusiasts like you always do, and I can't thank you enough for all your support and views over these past couple days and over the years that you've supported me. If you're a new subscriber, thanks so much for showing up, and I hope you're enjoying the content so far. And because of demand, I did bring the posters back for the perk posters. You can pre-order them now through July 18th. I'm sorry if you're sick to death of hearing this, but I constantly get angry messages telling me, well, I didn't know. Why don't you mention it in your videos? Well, this is how I do it. I'm mentioning it as many videos during the pre-orders that you can now get these posters for $45, 13 posters, 12 by 18, stock firm gloss. We do not roll them. We do not fold them. They're awesome, and we get nothing but positive comments about it. We have a ton of orders this year. We've already reached what we sold last time in our last pre-order, so I can't thank you guys enough for supporting my crazy passion. It's been a wonderful ride. I hope you all enjoyed this video and the breakdown, and I will see you in the next video in a few hours. Bye! Thank you so much to our Patreon supporters who make these videos possible, especially Kingdom Hops, Beefy, Brian, 117, Logan, and Davo. On screen, you can check out more Gorod Krovi videos. You can check out Dr. Monty quotes and Gorod Krovi ending explained, raw footage of the boss fight if you just want to experience it yourself, and the ending cutscene. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have absolutely wonderful days. Bye!